everybody. Hello. Oh, man. I'm having a great day. How about you guys, huh? Thanksgiving's tomorrow. I don't know. It's just a feeling in the air. The weather is cooling down. I love it. Nice and crisp. Got that fall weather. Besides the two National Guardsmen who were shot today. Today was a great day. Got my sink fixed. Oh, man. Wonderful. But yeah, I'm going to do something I usually don't do here, which is I'm going to jump to a different subject than what my title is to start, because we have breaking news. This just came up here a second ago. I didn't see this until I already made the thumbnail and title, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll just mix it up a little bit. But what we got going on here, here's Trump's statement. If you weren't paying attention today to the news, hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Two National Guardsmen were shot in Washington, D.C. by Afghani immigrant who there's been reports that he's here illegally, but then I saw another report that he was actually granted amnesty by Trump back in July. So I'm not sure, but Trump just basically had a press conference about it. Let me pull this up and let's see what he's got to say. Then we'll get to the Fuentes stuff. We got MTG crashing out on Twitter. It's pretty weird. A lot of cool stuff. It's going to be a fun show. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Everybody doing good? How's everybody doing in the chat? Crumple is Ethan, MFG, El Jefe. Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah, I'm going to get that a lot now, huh? I thought most of you already knew my first name was Mark. It makes me feel sad you guys didn't know that. All right, let's see what Trump's got to say. Rest in peace. This is really sad. Two National Guardsmen murdered in Washington, D.C. today.
My great fellow Americans, earlier today, on the eve of the Thanksgiving holiday, two members of the National Guard serving in Washington, D.C., were shot at point-blank range in a monstrous ambush-style attack just steps away from the White House. They had been deputized as part of the most successful public safety and national security mission in the history of our nation's capital, the D.C. Safe and Beautiful Task Force.
Okay, that's clearly on Trump's end, all right? So don't come at me about the audio. I'm not going to interrupt, though. So audio that's what's coming from them. All right, let's play. Can we play? Let's play.
Which has achieved an unprecedented reduction in violent crime and crimes of all type. This heinous assault was an act of evil, an act of hatred, and an act of terror. It was a crime against our entire nation. It was a crime against humanity. The hearts of all Americans tonight are with those two members of the West Virginia National Guard and their families. The love of our entire country is pouring out for them, and we are lifting them up in our prayers. As we are filled with anguish and grief for those who were shot, we're also filled with righteous anger and ferocious resolve. As President of the United States, I am determined to ensure that the animal who perpetrated this atrocity pays the steepest possible price. I can report tonight that based on the best available information, the Department of Homeland Security is confident that the suspect in custody is a foreigner who entered our country from Afghanistan, a hellhole on earth. He was flown in by the Biden administration in September 2021 on those infamous flights that everybody was talking about. Nobody knew who was coming in. Nobody knew anything about it. His status was extended under legislation signed by President Biden, a disastrous president, the worst in the history of our country. This attack underscores the single greatest national security threat facing our nation. The last administration let in 20 million unknown and unvetted foreigners from all over the world, from places that you don't want to even know about. No country can tolerate such a risk to our very survival. An example is Minnesota, where hundreds of thousands of Somalians are ripping off our country and ripping apart that once great state. Billions of dollars are lost, and gangs of Somalians come from a country that doesn't even have a government, no laws, no water, no military, no nothing, as their representatives in our country preach to us about our Constitution and how our country is no good. We're not going to put up with these kind of assaults on law and order by people who shouldn't even be in our country. We must now re-examine every single alien who has entered our country from Afghanistan under Biden, and we must take all necessary measures to ensure the removal of any alien from any country who does not belong here or add benefit to our country. If they can't love our country, we don't want them. America will never bend and never yield in the face of terror. And at the same time, we will not be deterred from the mission these service members were so nobly fulfilling. That is why tonight I can announce that I have directed the Department of War to mobilize an additional 500 troops to help protect our capital city. We will make America totally safe again, and we will bring the perpetrator of this barbaric attack to swift and certain justice if the bullets going in the opposite direction haven't already done that. During this time of the year, when we gather at home with loved ones, these two patriots were wearing the uniform of our country, patrolling the streets of our capital. They had taken a selfless oath to defend our nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that is exactly what they were doing when they were gunned down in a savage attack. I want to express my extraordinary gratitude to every member of the United States military who is deployed tonight at home and abroad. I also want to thank the Secret Service and the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department for their work today. This Thanksgiving, I ask every family to say a prayer for the two great heroes who were so horribly shot, and for their loved ones. Please say a prayer. May God bless them and comfort them, and may God bless and protect the United States of America. Thank you and good night.
Seemed like Trump was having a hard time with some of the words there. Some of the words are coming out. I mean, it's late. He's old. It's late. I read on Twitter that Trump's administration had actually granted him amnesty back in July, I believe. Now, again, I read that on Twitter. I can't confirm that. I wonder, I think it is confirmed, though, that in 21 he came over, with when they brought in all the Afghans. Like, I wonder if he was one of the last ones to sneak on the plane. You know that famous scene of the plane leaving and everybody's grabbing on it and people falling off the plane as it leaves the airport in Afghanistan? Was he one of those guys? One of those guys that came over around that time? I don't know. It's crazy, man. But yeah, pray for him. Pray for the family. That's got to be heartbreaking. It's the holidays. Like, you're like, oh, I'm going to spend Thanksgiving with my son. And then now your son's dead. So that's got to be fucking heartbreaking. I don't know. This is sad. And then you got the usual suspects coming out doing what they did with Charlie Kirk. I'm not even going to play the videos. I don't want to give those people any more publicity because I start to wonder if people are just doing this to get seen by more people. They're like, it's like the ultimate fucking rage bait, to come out and like be like, oh, I'm glad somebody got killed or whatever because, racism or whatever. But, and then you got, looks like the media they didn't know who it was. A lot of people were assuming like, is this a leftist? Is this because you guys have been calling the National Guard Trump's Gestapo and stoking up all kinds of fear? Well, I don't know. That could still be it. It's possible he could have been a radicalized leftist that's also a Muslim. But it's also possible it could have just been, as Alex Jones says, Durka, Muhammad Jihad or whatever. Could have just been a regular ass terrorist attack. Who knows? Hopefully we'll find out more about his motivations. But MSNBC already defending the gunman. I think at this point they were really worried it was a leftist, so maybe they were like, ooh, we got to get out in front of this. NBC already defending the gunman who killed U.S. troops on American soil.
But of course, there's so much controversy happening in the United States right now with ICE, who are also wearing uniforms and wearing masks. And so you don't know, people walking around with uniforms in an American city. There are some Americans that might object to that. And so apparently this shooting has happened.
Yeah, I've seen the angle now. It's Trump's fault because Trump called in the National Guard when there was no need, and he put the National Guard at risk. And okay, yeah, it's all Trump's fault. It's all Trump's fault. We'll see. We got to find out what this guy was up to. Was he like part of a terror cell? Was this just disgruntled fucking dude. Who knows, man? Was it some terrorist plan, some terrorist plot, or was this a radicalized political guy? We don't know nothing right now, except two probably young dudes. I think one of them was a woman too. I think I read a report. One of the National Guard that was murdered was a woman. It's sad, man. Sad, very sad. Here's Al Sharpton.
All of this about sending in 500 people, what does that have to do with where we are now? I think that we've got to, those of us that have been opposed to the president's policy, show that we're not going to morally match him by going down to a level of insensitivity. There are two people fighting for their lives on Thanksgiving Eve. And it just seems ironic to me that people that pardoned people assaulting police officers are now talking about how they're going to uphold and look up to the people in the building. People in that building were beat January 6th. So I'm going to be consistent. I was against the beating of law enforcement at January 6th, and I'm against the ambushing of National Guardsmen today.
Man, he looks like a fucking skeleton, doesn't he? I mean, bring back Fat Al Sharpton. I prefer Fat Al Sharpton. He's easier to look at. MSNBC already defending the gunman who killed U.S. troops on American soil. Okay, that's the one we saw already, right? Yeah, that's the one we saw already. No story is complete without wrapping it up with an Alex Jones take. Let's see what Alex Jones has to say.
It's the eve of Thanksgiving at 7:07 while I'm shooting this right now, but I'll go to X. And the left has gone to a new level of evil. Ken Delaney, the MSNBC host, who got caught working for the CIA planning fake stories, the LA Times got fired, has come out and said, hey, it's okay that this Muslim shot these National Guard soldiers because he thought they were ICE. I'll upload the video right after this to X. I mean, wow. You have the CIA spook literally running cover for somebody that just shot in the head 2 National Guard soldiers. Holy hell. I mean, imagine the mindset of defending that and saying, well, ICE is on the street and people are upset, so, here's your message. How dumb do they think we are? How arrogant are these people?
At Spocko 2181 super chatted $4.99. Sharpton looks like he's being consumed by parasites.
Yeah, no, he's lost a ton of weight, and he's just basically bones and then like saggy skin that just hangs off him. It's pretty terrifying, to be honest, dude.
Delaney.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, smash the thumbs up. Help get this out to more people if you can be so polite. In kind. Links in the description if you want to support or join the Discord. And or you can send a super chat like my man Spocko here if you want to have your message read. Thank you, guys.
I had a guest on this a couple weeks ago, Ivan Reichland, at the trial of the court hearings for John Bolton and his indictment. And he has him on camera just laughing, smiling. It's funny to him to side with this. Because he thinks we're done. He thinks we're dead. He thinks we're in comas. And now you have 2 National Guard members fighting for their lives. He's like, well, I mean, the Afghan thought they were ICE, so, people are upset. Yeah, upset about the 40 million illegal aliens, the murdering, the killing, the raping.
Oh, no, Alex is driving again. I was going to give him credit and say, at least he's not driving as he films. Never mind. He's totally driving. And he's tired as fuck. You can see it. Alex, you got to be more responsible, Alex.
Well, the rest of it, Jesus. I mean, it's like they're so evil.
All the Alex Jones fans got mad at me last time I pointed it out. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's not safe to be filming videos and driving, okay? I don't know if you guys know this.
It's cartoonish, but they feel invincible. You got to ask, who's funding them? BlackRock, the globalists? The UK government, the whole invasion of Europe with the Muslims, clergy plan. This is beyond sick. So, MSNBC host defends the shooter of National Guard, saying, well, it's a case of mistaken identity. I mean, he thought they might have been ICE. So, if he'd have shot ICE officers who are getting shot up and attacked and bricks thrown at them and their vehicle shot up, that would be okay. These people think they have impunity. They think they're invincible. They're not. America sees you, scum. America knows what you're doing. You're going to be brought to justice.
We'll see, man. I don't know. Can we just at least have a holiday without any crazy violence kicking off? I hope Candace Owens, at least makes it through Thanksgiving, for fuck's sake, and France doesn't take her out. How much more of this shit we need to deal with? Can we enjoy a fucking peaceful holiday, bro, and eat some turkey? Okay? Can we do that? Is that possible? And have some fun. All right, so let's get to the Fuentes. That's basically, we don't know shit except an Afghani murdered 2 National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C. What is his motive? We don't know. Hopefully, I'm sure we'll find out here soon. So this is kind of what kicked this off. People are probably wondering, well, why are Tucker and Nick fighting again? Well, it's pretty... I saw this coming because Nick doesn't like it if people point out that he said a bunch of shit that's disagreeable to most people, about Jews and yada, yada, yada. His edgy boy phase. Because that's what they say it is. He's just being an edgy boy. It's not serious. Okay, I don't know, man. But it looks like Nick is pretty upset at Tucker right now. Because Tucker's basically denouncing his anti-Semitism, which, no shit, bro. No shit. It's like, are you supposed to agree on everything? I guess it's not the fact that they don't agree. I guess it's just the word anti-Semite. Just saying it's anti-Semitism is probably what makes Nick mad. I don't know. But it seems to me like, of course you guys aren't going to agree on everything. And in the moment Tucker's like, yeah, of course I don't agree with him on that part. Like Nick just fucking freaks out, calls him two-faced, starts attacking him. They're planning shit. They're trying to replace Nick with Nikki Haley's son. But here's a little taste of how Tucker is talking about Nick that upset Nick.
Most influential figure among young white men, and not just
this
white
is,
men.
This is from,
Why do you think you
This
guys...
is Sean Ryan. Tucker was just on the Sean Ryan podcast.
Not much for having him on. He's been on other stuff.
Well, I got precisely because I'm not an anti-Semite.
What's the draw to...
Well, he's
Fuentes?
unusually articulate, self-confident. He's
Like you can literally, let me skip the fucking little teaser at the beginning. You can say all kinds of nice things about Nick, but the moment you disagree and you're like, yeah, but I don't agree with, the shit that kind of comes across anti-Semitic. I don't like that. I believe in judging everybody as individuals. Like the Nick's like, oh, that's it. Fuck you. I'm going to attack. Like, dude, of course this was going to happen. You think Tucker was going to be like, yeah, actually, I agree with everything he's ever said. Of course he's not going to do that, dude.
Oh, I of course hated Nick Fuentes, and going back to what I was just saying, he criticized my dad, also criticized my wife and my son, but
I don't know much about him.
Well, I was super pissed at him. He's 27, and he criticized my dad. In fact,
Why were you pissed at him? Because he criticized your
not
dad?
allowed to criticize my dad. I'm his oldest son. Those are just the rules. Can't stand that. My father was a flawed man.
What did he...
But a great man. Oh, CIA guy. He did all this bad shit. He was involved in Iran-Contra.
It still is kind of suspicious to me. Nick did catch Tucker kind of seeming to lie about what he knew about his father. And I'm still kind of suspicious as to why did you lie about it? Because Tucker's really never came out and addressed it. I've never seen him really address it.
And some of it was true, or sort of true, or true enough, I guess. So that made it worse. It didn't matter whatever he said about my dad, but my father just died. And I was like, I can't, that just drives me absolutely insane. So, and I feel an obligation to be mad about it because it's my dad. Those are the rules. So I attacked him, and then I called him and I was like, look, I don't know you, but I want you to know why. I always want to tell people why I don't like them, and I want to do it right to their face. And I always call people and just say, I'm going to attack you, or I did attack you, and I want you to hear why from me. I just did that yesterday to somebody. Anyway, I always do that. And so I called Nick Fuentes and I said, I want you to know why I attacked you. I attacked you because you criticized my father, and I'm never going to accept that. My father was a great man and flawed, but a great man, literally a great man, and I'm never going to accept that. And he, to his credit, was like, I get that. So, but I still didn't like him. I'm not friends with him now. But because of that, I got a lot of input from people I don't know that much about Nick Fuentes. I'm 56. I don't don't like the internet, so I don't really know that much.
Sounds like he said he still didn't like him. So even after the interview and all that, Tucker still doesn't like him. It's kind of weird though, because Tucker really gave him a softball interview. Tucker didn't like go in there and hit him hard, which I think he should have done. So it's kind of weird. It's like almost like Tucker was being super nice to a guy he doesn't like, which is, I guess that's noble. I don't know.
I've seen clips. He's very talented. I know that. But I'm not an expert on that at all. And I got calls from a lot of people, including some very influential people who knew a lot about Nick Fuentes. And they're like, this kid is the single most influential figure among young white men, and not just white, actually.
Is that true?
Oh, it's definitely true. I mean, it was true last month. I don't know if it's true now. I mean, everything changes. Who knows? But that was definitely my impression, and I think it's right. And in the subsequent weeks, I've asked a million different people, Nick Fuentes, and like, yes, he's extremely influential among young men.
Wow, how young? What age
They're
group?
20s, teens and 20s, college students, high school students, college students, just out of college, can't find a job. No, they can't find jobs, right? A lot of this, by the way, a lot of the frustration is economic, which no one wants to talk about or seems invited to talk about. It's not about the Jews. It's about the economy. And it's about the betrayal that young men feel when they go through all these hoops and get all these stupid degrees and find out they're worth nothing. And they're in $300,000 in debt. And like, I did what you told me to do and I'm fucked. So I'm mad at you. And why wouldn't they be? They have every.
I'm sure, I would have liked to gone to college and because when I was in high school, I was like, man, it would be, because every movie I saw, college looked like a blast. It was just partying, sex, drugs, so I really wanted to go to college, but I never did. And I'm kind of glad I didn't when I see how it turned out for a lot of people.
Right to be. That's my personal opinion, but it's just true. Anyway, and a lot of those men watch Nick Fuentes. So I was like, Nick Fuentes is one of those figures that everybody, like Putin, that's why I interviewed Putin. Everyone talks about this person, but nobody, I believe, one of my missions, this is not everyone's mission, it just happens to be mine at this stage of my life, is I want to hear what people think. And I want to give people a chance to speak for themselves. Because I think every person from Idi Amin to Mother Teresa has an inherent right to tell their own story. And you can disagree with the story and you can doubt the story and you can do whatever you want. But to say they don't have a right to tell their story, I just reject that. I disagree. And I feel like it's not my only mission in life, but that's one of my beliefs. And I've done what I can with my limited attention and means to like give people a place to tell their story. Why should people on the internet have a right to define anybody with 2-minute clips and that person doesn't have a right to tell his own story? I just reject that. I don't care. I reject that whether it's Hillary Clinton or Nick Fuentes or anyone in between. People have a right to say what they think. And if you want to watch it, don't. So I just believe that, and I'll never stop believing that. And if they don't have that right...
I don't know, I'm kind of on Tucker's side with this. It seems like Tucker's being really nice to Nick. He had him on his show, gave him a huge platform, but it's never enough for Nick, is it? I think at some point he does address the anti-Semitism stuff, but I didn't timestamp it, so we're going to have to wait till he talks about it.
What you're really saying is other people have a right to speak for someone else. And they don't. They don't, because we're all created by God and we all have the right to say what we think.
At Fredgy83 super chatted $2. This is 100% on Tucker.
The battle between them and between Nick and him, I don't know. I don't really see it that way, but maybe I'm missing pieces of the puzzle.
So I believe that. So I was like, yeah, if I have Nick Fuentes on, obviously probably some people will criticize me just as they did with Putin. You love Nick Fuentes. You agree with everything he says. Nope. I've interviewed war criminals in Liberia. I've interviewed cannibals. I kind of liked them, just being honest. I kind of like everybody I interview.
You guys break bread together?
Me and the cannibals?
They'd have less of a problem with you interviewing a cannibal than Nick Fuentes. That's kind of funny, though, ain't it?
No. And by the way, this was in Africa, and I did not lecture them about cannibalism, which I'm totally opposed to. But anyway, so I did, and it was really interesting. And I try not to lecture people just in general, because I don't like being lectured at all. And I don't think most people do. And I think the purpose of lecturing people usually is self-aggrandizing. The point of lecturing, Sean Ryan, you're a bad person. Unlike me, I'm a great person. I don't have the need to convince people I'm a great person at all. I just don't feel that need. They can decide for themselves. And I feel like that's a really dishonest way to interview people. You're using them as a man uses a prostitute for his own pleasure. So I'm using you to make a statement about myself. I'm not doing that. I don't need to do it. I don't want to do it. And I'm not.
Yeah, well, it's not one or the other. You could have done an interview where you just addressed more of the controversial shit he said, but not in an attacking, like, I'm going to own you way, but just like, you said this, what did you really mean? Let's set the record straight. Like, that's it. That should have been what was done, I think, in my opinion.
Doing it. So I'm not going to
Because I wanted to see all the fucking clips that we're seeing the mainstream media pass around every day now, all the edgy boy clips of Nick. I would have liked to seen Tucker actually address that shit when he interviewed Nick.
lecture Putin about his war crimes. You can read about Putin all you want. I want to hear what Putin says. And I took that exact same approach with Nick Fuentes. And I knew there would be, an outcry or whatever. Probably understated it a little bit. But, not
There's
up to
the
me.
laugh, dude.
But my conscience is clear. One of the only parts that kind of bothered me, but now it amuses me, is that this is the thing I learned, is that Fuentes, I didn't know much about him, to be honest. I'm just too old for this shit. It's not my generation, so I just didn't know. But Nick Fuentes first became known freshman year of college, like first month of college. He's a student at BU. And he put something on the internet, Twitter or something, and basically like, why does Israel control our Congress? Something like that. He's a college freshman. And Ben Shapiro, sitting at like command center somewhere, is like, what? A college student who's not on board with the program? Destroy him. And Ben Shapiro tries to...
Yeah, that's funny because that's what Ben Shapiro made his career on, was destroying like college kids in debates. It's kind of funny.
Quote, cancel this kid. He's a fucking college student. He's a freshman from Chicago. Rather than just call the guy and be like, hey, actually, I saw what you said. I don't like it. But there are reasons that we're allied with Israel and like it really helps us. Or whatever, make your case whatever your case is. His first instinct was, this man must be destroyed. He can never have a job in Con Inc. No one can hire him. And how'd that work for you, Ben Shapiro? Well, of course, it didn't work at all. Nick Fuentes is way bigger than Ben Shapiro has ever been, way more influential than Ben Shapiro has ever been. You can't cancel an idea. It just does not work. Let's kill Jesus. Okay, how'd that work? World's biggest religion. It just doesn't work. And any wise person knows that. So the only way, liberals used to say this,
They're
they
not
don't
gonna
believe
like
it
that
apparently anymore, but the only way to stop bad ideas is by countering them with good ideas. You want to defeat lies, tell the truth. It's literally that simple. And as if I needed to be reminded of that, the last month, I don't think a single person has ever made the case that I'm wrong, that Nick Fuentes is wrong. The Jew hatred stuff is wrong, period.
That's probably what pissed off Nick. I guess, or maybe being compared like to interviewing a cannibal or something. Look, this is always going to be a problem with Nicky. It's always going to be a problem. Every time he makes a relationship with somebody and somebody's willing to be nice to him and let them in and talk to him, he's going to get mad as soon as they have to disavow the anti-Semitism stuff. You got to stop doing that, bro. That's the fact of life. This is why you're never going to be in a relationship and you're never going to have friends, because you can't stand that they have to go, actually, this shit he said, obviously, I'm not down with that. That was kind of crazy. But you can't do that, because then you hurt Nicky's feelings and he starts attacking you.
And I said that the white hatred, black hatred, Jew hatred, Malaysian hatred, Bedouin hatred, it's all wrong. I believe that as much as I believe anything. Okay. But the rest of it, his analysis, which is actually smart and in a lot of cases true, no one's even attempted to rebut it. 95% or whatever the number is, if members of Congress take AIPAC money, how is that good? Shut up, Nazi! Mm-hmm. So if that's your only defense, you've lost. You've lost. You didn't even enter the game. We're playing different games. I'm trying to tell the truth, convince people that what I think is true is actually true. And you're trying to make me be quiet because you don't like it? You can shoot me or you can shoot everybody, but it won't.
Dude, this is a trend I'm seeing now. Nick Fuentes is doing it. Candace Owens is doing it. Tucker Carlson is doing it. It's constantly like, they're going to kill me. We're going to die. Somebody wants to kill me. I mean, look, I'm not saying it's not true, but it also could be like kind of an attention seeking thing. Because believe it or not, all of us that are in this game of making videos, and Tucker is just, he's in the same game. He's just on the highest rung of the game. Attention is the name of the game, getting attention.
It doesn't go away because the truth is an immovable object. It just exists and you conform to it or you don't, but it doesn't change because it's nature.
Why do you think you got so much shit for having him on? He's been on other stuff. He's been on...
Well, I got shit precisely because I'm not an anti-Semite. That was the whole point. I mean, if David Duke or whatever, pick an I don't know, even though there are many, I'm sure there are famous anti-Semites, I can't think of one, but David Duke is...
It's to discredit your fucking, everything you say about Israel. That's why a lot of people think Nick's a Fed. Because he plays right into the propaganda of, the second you criticize something Israel did, they call you an anti-Semite, and you're like, oh, I'm not an anti-Semite. I'm criticizing Israel, the country of Israel. I don't want to go to war. I'm against war. But yeah, no, they point to Nick and they go, well, you talk to Nick. Do you condone Nick? Do you condone Nick? You talked to him. You interviewed him. You platformed him. That makes you an anti-Semite too. So let's hear Nick's crash out here. Nick Fuentes talks about the escalating attacks on him and calls out Tucker Carlson. So yeah, the friendship, the peace, it's gone. There should be no peace. Only war.
They're up to something. That's what that Nayland Haley interview was about. What do you think the Nayland Haley interview was about? Now Newsweek says Nayland Haley is the new leader of Generation Z.
That's Nikki Haley's son, who Tucker just interviewed. Who, from what I understand, he's like not against Nick Fuentes. He sounds like, I thought he was a groiper from the way he sounded. I think Nick's a little concerned that they might be trying to push Nick out and put that guy in there. What are you worried about, Nick? They can't just make, maybe they can, but I don't think they could just make somebody popular like that unless they're already kind of popular.
He's Nikki Haley's son, and he sounds like a populist. And where do you think this is going? Let me tell you this, before they kill me, okay, before Peter Thiel and JD Vance have me killed for telling the real truth, let me just say this before I get killed or...
This is what I'm saying. I'm hearing this left and right now. Everybody's like, well, they're going to kill me. Guys, they're going to kill me too, guys. I don't know why they would kill me. I mean, it'd be stupid. It'd be a waste of time. It'd be a waste of a killing. But they're going to kill me too, guys. I need your support. They're going to kill me.
Taken out in some way. These people are not trustworthy, okay? They're not telling the truth. And I think they are maybe making some last-ditch effort to placate my audience. Let's hear the guy out. Let's hear the bastard out. So that my audience is going to go and say, oh, Tucker's dad didn't run the CIA. Oh, JD Vance isn't a creation of Peter Thiel. Oh, Peter Thiel's great. Seems great. All that obsession with the Antichrist and, the dead boyfriend who fell from the window, that seems totally legit. They're trying to bring me on to earn the allegiance of the audience. They say, well, he had Nick on. He had Nick on, so he must be cool. Oh, well, they had Nick on, and they're...
So they're trying to steal Nick's audience, is what they're doing. So, like, Nick goes on Tucker's show, and all these young kids see, like, oh, Tucker's cool, and he was actually nice to Nick, so we'll watch Tucker now. There could be some truth to that. That's why people do other people's shows, to be introduced to the audiences. So, like, you can cross-pollinate the audiences. Like, if I go do another podcast, they come do my podcast. But, yeah, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, Tucker was, like, really nice. And you got to see Tucker's audience. You got exposed to Tucker's audience, which I think might be bigger than yours. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. So that's a huge benefit to you. And instead of attacking you, he made you look good. And he was friendly to you, which ingratiated you to his audience. But what about that side of it, Nick? It's only one way here?
now defending Tucker. So maybe these guys are cool. Let me tell you this. They're not cool. They're not square. Fuck JD Vance.
They're a bunch of fucking nerds, bro.
Fuck Peter Thiel. I won't say fuck Tucker because I was in his cabin and everything, but buddy, he is up to something. This guy is up to something, and I don't like that he was so two-faced. He's a two-faced. I don't like two-faces.
Did he not already establish that he didn't agree with the anti-Semitism like from the start? He never changed that opinion. The only thing that changed was he was willing to have you on and be nice to you. That's it. Someone said he had Nick on for the ad revenue because Nick gets views. True, Nick does get views. I don't think Tucker needs Nick for the ad revenue, okay? Tucker's doing just fine. He's doing just fine. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's been a slow month for them.
I know I'm from Chicago. We're not two-faced here in Chicago. Maybe you're two-faced up in New England, in Fox News, in that world where you come from. We're not two-faced out here. And so you bring me on the show and you say one thing, and then you go everywhere and say, well, he attacked my dad. I didn't attack your dad. You lied. You lied. You said you didn't know your dad was in the CIA. He was. That's not an attack. That's a fact. And it's relevant. He goes, well, he attacked my dad. No. You attacked me. You worked with Max Blumenthal, son of Sidney Blumenthal, to get a hit piece written about me in the Gray Zone calling me a fed because your buddy, Joe Kent, who is also in the CIA, said that he doesn't support my views on Israel. So where's the accounting for that? Or is that something else we want to gloss over? And then
is everybody in the fucking CIA, dude? People get mad when I say like Nick could be a fed because he like just perfectly represents what the left wants us to be. And then they go, oh, and then like Nick calls just everybody's in the CIA. Look, I don't know, maybe he's right. But damn, everybody's in the fucking CIA, guys.
Proceeds to say, well, I don't approve of his anti-Semitism. I don't even know what that means.
You know what that means? You don't know what anti-Semitism means now? Come on, Nick. You know what it means.
I don't hate anybody. I'm not a Jew hater. I don't hate anybody. I just recognize, like everybody does now, that we live in a Jewish oligarchy. Okay? The reason we live in a society that is apostatized from Jesus Christ, the reason we live in a diverse society that was reconstituted under Martin Luther King Jr. and the ADL and the Civil Rights Act and the Hart-Celler Act is because of Jewish activists.
Yeah, Shadow Band. I know Tucker's dad was in the CIA. Yeah, I know. But he was saying Joe Kent's in the CIA as well. I'm just saying, everybody's in the CIA?
Working in the diaspora to make this country more hospitable to their ascendancy, to make it tolerate a hostile foreign occupation. That's why. And they're using that same influence to build up their base of power in Israel. That's a fact. Everybody knows that. And if you can't say that with your chest, if you can't support me for saying that, I don't trust you.
Yeah, but that's not the comment that he's not supporting Nick. I'm not going to go down the Nick rabbit hole of all the fucking clips and all the dumb shit Nick said in the past. That's the shit he's disavowing, Nick. Not this weird version of it that summed it up in a really pretty way.
Because I'm saying nothing wrong. I'm not saying anything wrong. And I don't like that. And by the way, I'm one of the only ones telling the truth. I'm not a perfect person. You don't have to avow every joke or shitty thing I've ever said, but I'm one of the only ones telling the truth.
So you're not an anti-Semite? You disavow anti-Semitism? Which is it? Like, because I don't know. I thought it didn't matter if you were called an anti-Semite. I thought it didn't mean anything. But it seems to get you mad when people call you that. I wonder why. Maybe because it does still mean something, and maybe because it's still fucking toxic. And nobody wants to get labeled with that toxic fucking label.
So if it's anything other than he's telling the truth, it's, he's an anti-Semite. Oh, I don't approve of his anti-Semitism. When people tell you who they are, listen. When people take their mask off and they show you who they are, you listen. I took the call from Tucker. I went out just like I went to Candace's house. I'm always open to talk, and I'm always willing to accept the olive branch. I went out there and I said, let's see what happens. Let's just see how it goes down. And I thought it went pretty well. But now, ever since he's gone on the tour, now I find out it was an intervention. Oh, that's news to me. Now I find out the whole thing was an intervention about how I'm an anti-Semite, and my audience just needs to follow other people.
He didn't even bring up that you were an anti-Semite. I don't remember that part of the fucking podcast where, I don't know, this is a weird spin on things.
They're trying to split.
I mean, he literally, I'm seeing him still defending you. Every time he gives he talks about you, he defends you, says what you're so smart. He talks about why, you know, people follow you and why the youth like you. But then just one little, but actually, you know, the anti-Semitism stuff, clearly and then boom, it's all feelings, all in your feelings, man. It's like a fucking chick you just broke up with.
Us up. Not to sound like a cult or anything, but that's really what it is. They hate that people support me because I say this. And they hate that none of their attacks work. They call me everything. They attack everything about me. They attack my look, my personality, my family, my race, my everything about me, my past remarks. I'm an extremist, you know, everything about me. They rip me to shreds because they want to discredit me in the eyes of the audience for no reason other than they don't want you to listen to me. That's it.
There's more. He's not done. I think there's more.
I don't know what Tucker's deal is. I don't understand it. I don't understand how a person lives like that. It's all a big fucking lie. The cabin with the knickknacks. It's an artifice.
You ever notice there are episodes where like Tucker is sitting in front of a window and then behind him, there's like this light that like goes off every 10 seconds and it's so fucking distracting. I'm like, what is that light? It's like, is that a field? Is there a UFO behind you? It's something out, you know, in his fucking property that just constantly blinks a light. I don't know. I just wonder if anybody knows what the fuck that is because it drives me nuts.
Complete artifice. The whole thing's an artifice. I don't like it. And I don't like what he's been saying. I think it's two-faced. I feel betrayed. I feel hurt. I feel betrayed.
Dude, come on, bro. He feels hurt and betrayed. He's still been so nice about Nick. Dude, again, I guess you can't be friends with Nick unless you go, Nick's not an anti-Semite. He's never said anything, blah, blah, blah. And then people will be like, well, what about all these clips? And then you go, Nick, you created your bed, bro. Just maybe like try to get comfortable in it and stop crashing out when people have to disavow the crazy shit you've said in the past.
I think it was bullshit. Just like with Candace. I don't like these games. It's not good faith. It's not forthright. It's not direct. It's not honest. And you know what, buddy boy, you need your credibility right now.
Buddy boy. Yeah, I think I've seen this one already. Have I? Let me see.
You know, whatever
or he's repeating himself.
The fuck you're trying to do. You've been working for the system for 25 years. And I got your number because we know about your daddy and all that.
Yeah, we've seen this one already. We'll watch it just in case.
And seems like a good guy. Seems like a fucking patriot for what it's worth. But he ran the CIA. He ran Voice of America.
So he was a good guy?
You can't really afford to act like that right about now. Can't really afford to be two-faced. You have to.
I do see the angle, and I kind of agree with it, that like Tucker did attack him first. Okay. I think that's true. I don't know. Maybe there was some shit Nick was saying about Tucker I didn't see, but in the chain of events that went viral, Tucker definitely attacked Nick first, called him a gay little fed or some shit like that. So then, yeah, he's like, well, if you're going to call me a fed, then he points out his dad worked for the CIA. It got a little nasty, but was that an attack to point out that his dad truthfully did work for the CIA? I don't know. Clearly Tucker sees it as an attack, and maybe that's what matters most, is that Tucker sees it as an attack. I don't know, man. I knew this little friendship wasn't going to last long.
To be a little bit above suspicion. You got to let some of that go. I don't like it.
God, you Fuentes fanboys are so fucking annoying. You're so retarded and annoying. That's what you got going for you, though. Congrats.
I don't like it at all. Anyway, That's how I feel. And I don't like the backhanded compliments. He's so talented. I know I'm talented. I'm right.
So you don't like it when he compliments you now? So Tucker has to say only the things you approve of him, or you get mad? Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Oh man. Yeah. So I do the same thing. Like Tucker, I mean, Nick is smart. He's fucking puts on a great show. He's very well put together. He knows his shit. He's entertaining. He's funny. He's got a lot of things going for him. But when you want to be a political actor and you got all these edgy boy clips following you around wherever you go, this is the bed you made. You know, this is going to be the fallout of that. And you either accept it or, you know, you try to get out in front of it and go, I was just being funny. There were jokes. They weren't serious. That's why it would have been nice if Tucker would have pulled out some of these clips and go, okay, well, how do you really feel? Is this really how you feel? Because if you just see this clip, it looks like, you know, you're saying this and this and this. And then maybe Nick could have been like, actually, what I was doing was just being fucking funny. It was hilarious. People loved it. That wasn't serious. And then maybe he could get out from under some of these edgy boy clips. But no, he just wants to pretend they don't exist. And then when people have to disown him for his edgy boy clips, then he gets mad like a little girl and fucking cries. It can't be both ways, Nick. You can't expect everybody to be like, oh yeah, obviously there's no problem when you're telling your audience to all this crazy shit that if you just watch the clip alone, everybody's going to see it and go, oh, this guy's a fucking, he hates all Jews. This guy sounds like Hitler, yada, yada, yada. And I know Fuentes fanboys, I don't know nothing about Nick. I watch Nick. I know quite a bit about Nick. Nick is not some mysterious fucking puzzle that takes years of your life to figure out, you fucking idiots. It's not that complicated.
I didn't get canceled because I'm talented. I
you
got
just
canceled
don't understand,
right.
bro. You just don't understand.
Don't give me this, you know, he's talented and he's right about some things. Oh, but he's an anti-Semite. Don't give me that. Don't give me that bullshit.
He's getting a little sassy, dude. A little sassy.
Don't give me that. You know that's not even true. That's a crock of nonsense, and that sounds like Ben Shapiro. It sounds like a different flavor of that. He's telling me Netanyahu likes you. Okay, how do you know that? What did he tell you? For fuck's sake, I just lose my mind because it's like, you know, more than anything, I'm like, let's just stop the lies. Can we just like the level of gaslighting and psychological warfare that has been waged against the American people? It's just enough.
So much projection, Nico Mojo. So much projection, bro. Actually, address anything I've said directly instead of just projecting weird insults onto me, dude. I'm telling you, some of you Fuentes fans are cool. I know some of you, your regular watchers, you're cool. Some of you are just so fucking annoying. It's you're so defensive and fucking just cringy. But have fun, guys.
That's why people resonate, because they know I'm real. You know, I'm not perfect. They don't agree with everything I say. They don't like everything about me. Maybe they just think I'm funny, but I'm funny because I'm real, because there's not a pretense. I'm not playing a character. I'm not changing my views every other year. Okay. So I've like, you know, to get it from Shapiro is one thing. Okay, he works for Israel. Very simple, very straightforward. In some ways, it's more honest. But this shit, I can't stand.
So I guess the thing here is Tucker is secretly working with Peter Thiel and JD Vance to destroy Nick. And this is all some deep state fucking high level operation, dude. It's like, no, you talk shit about each other. He had you on the podcast, made peace with you, introduced you to his giant fucking audience so that you could pull more people over to your show. But no, it's all an elaborate plan to take down Nicky Boy. Man.
You know, and I don't like the feeling of being used and manipulated. I don't like the feeling of people, you know, running these little games, doing these. I promise I'm almost finished here, but
this guy spends a lot of time with his mom, doesn't he? It's starting to be clear now, because I realize the more I've been watching him, there's a lot of talk about his mom this, his mom that. This dude's spending too much time with his mom. He needs to get away from his mom. He needs to get out of the house and get away from his mom. There's too much rubbing off going here, man. I can see it. I can see the womanliness.
these like subtle little digs they take at me, bringing up the Nazi stuff all the time. It's like, yeah, I don't know if you really get it. So anyway.
Yeah, nobody gets it, bro. We're so complicated, dude. We're so complicated and smart. Nobody understands us, bro. If the world understood us, they'd love us. It's not that complicated, dude. You're a bunch of edgy boys having fun. You're pissed off. You're saying all the things you're not supposed to say. Great. Have fun with it. Stop thinking you could be a serious political movement, though. It's like thinking Howard Stern's going to run for president when he's sitting there fucking being a creep in every episode. It's like, no, that shit's toxic. People don't like it. Yeah, it's for an edgy show. You'll pull an audience. People will love it. They love that shit. But it's politically toxic, bro. And there's no getting away from that fact unless you start to really address the things and you can convince people that actually I was just doing comedy. I was just being a funny, edgy boy. It's not to be taken seriously. But we know a lot of that's probably just cope and it's not even true. The Jewish oligarchy. Like the Jews run the world. I mean, come on, look, the Jews have a lot of power influence. No doubt about it. But to pretend like the whole country is run by a couple of Jews or whatever, it's like, dude, no, it's yes, they're powerful and they're influential, but that's just fucking retarded.
I've been very pissed off about I feel like the whole thing was an op. I feel like the whole damn thing was an op. And that's why the message is never relent. We're going to, no, sorry. The moderation, if you thought that was happening, that has just been canceled. That has been permanently foreclosed. We are identitarian. We are pro-white. Christ is king.
Okay, yeah, so exactly. Okay, all right, yeah, don't condemn that when I sound like what the left wants everybody on the right. And I'm sorry, maybe you want everybody on the right to be that way. That's not the case. And there's a reason the left always fucking tries to throw those labels on us. There's a reason. And then you just walk on in and make it legitimate. And we're not supposed to go, hey, we don't agree with that. And then when we say that, we go, we don't agree with that way of thinking. Oh, they're attacking me. Oh, I'm a victim. They're going to kill me, guys. I don't think they're going to touch a fucking hair on your head, Nick. You're very, very useful to them.
Jewish billionaires must have their power taken from them. Period. End of story.
So that's the little feud. It's kind of a one-way feud because it's not really. I know the Fuentes fans are going to be like, of course Tucker's attacking Nick because he's not really even attacking Nick. He's giving his opinion on things and being really nice to Nick. And then Nick is just kind of crashing out and attacking him. That's the way it looks to me, man. That's the way it looks. Now, look. I want this to be real. Cocaine fell out of Zelensky's nose while speaking. I want this to be real. But I don't think it is. Because I've never seen a rock actually come out of somebody's nose. Okay? I've been around people doing coke. Never seen an actual rock fly out of their nose. So like, you know, it's supposed to turn into a powder by the time you snort it, unless you're just taking entire rocks, and that's just another level I can't even fathom if you're just snorting the fucking rocks. But yeah, let me full screen
Дуже
this.
предметно координувати нашу дипломатію. Дуже предметно координувати.
I mean, it looks like a coke rock. Okay, let's watch it in slow motion. There it is. There's the first appearance right there. First frame. Coke rock. I don't know if it's a coke rock or just a piece of snot. Dude, it's defying gravity, bro. Look, it starts there, then it goes back up to his nostril, then back down. What the fuck? It definitely looks white, but yeah, it's probably just some fucking, probably just some nose spit, some snot. But everybody's like, yeah, some coke flew out of his nose. I wish that was the case. Because look, he has all the mannerisms of a straight up cokehead. There's no doubt about that. All the mannerisms of a straight up cokehead. What's up, Rabbits?
At that Rabbits super chatted $10. Seems like a pillow fight to me still.
Yeah, no, it's typical bullshit. It's still a pillow fight, but what else is it gonna turn into? It's just them shooting shit back and forth. I don't know like how much more dirt Nick has on Tucker. Maybe Nick can like start calling out other CIA agents in his family. I don't know. But I don't think Tucker's attacking anymore. I mean, because Tucker went from he's a gay little fed to actually he's pretty smart and I understand why everybody follows him. And he's actually like, got a lot of great points and all, but I just disagree with this one part of it. So, yeah, it really does seem one way to me, Rabbits. Doesn't seem like Tucker's really attacking the same way Nick is. Checking in on the Liver King. This guy's still around. Maybe I need to get on Instagram and see what the fuck's happening with Liver King again. Catch up with all that.
Still, my family's affected. They're affected. They're treated. They're received.
So yeah, he's still sounding crazy as ever. Still sounding crazy as ever, bro.
At Spocko 2181 super chatted $1.99. The Magic Luigi.
Yeah, it did seem to defy gravity because it seemed to like go down and then came back up into like a solid rock and then came to. Obviously, the camera had a hard time capturing the loogie in high speed. It was too fast of a loogie for that camera, so it kind of showed up a little weird. But yeah, I don't think it was a coke rock, but maybe I'm wrong. It's. I've never. I mean, has anybody ever seen that happen? Anybody that's had experience at coke parties? You ever seen coke just fly out of the nose? Never seen that happen. Never seen that happen.
In a lesser version than what they are, family. I'll fight you for that. Fist bump pound. So you have no idea why. No idea.
I think this is recent. Okay, I came across this on Twitter. I'm pretty sure. So he's. I was hoping he was getting help because last time I checked in on him, it had been like a month or so, and he hadn't posted. So it seemed like he was kind of taking a break and maybe getting some mental help. But he sounds still just as crazy.
What else did you say about you? What did you say about the man on the podcast? You have no idea. I have no idea why he would have any threats for me, and they weren't threats. A challenge, a fight. Come on, drama king over here. Called you a king.
Does he still have his ankle bracelet on from? Because you remember, in case you forgot, he drove to Austin, was talking like a person about to do something crazy. And then he was showing off his gun that he had in a JRE like cigar box. So yeah, I don't know. It seemed more than like just a challenge, man. It seemed like Joe Rogan's life was really in danger. So okay, he's still crashing out about Rogan, right? So what's going on here is he can't legally show a picture of Joe Rogan because there's a restraining order. He's not allowed to talk or anything about Rogan. So instead, he's putting up Seth Rogen so you understand who he's talking about. Man. The Rogan crash out continues.
No, I didn't make a threat about your family. That's a good one.
What clip is he playing? What's that a clip from? Hold on.
No, I didn't. I'm a king over here. Called you a king. No, I didn't make a threat.
So was Rogan talking about Liver King? I missed it. Rogan talked about Liver King? I gotta look that up. I didn't know Rogan addressed the Liver King. So this is, look, people are trying to pretend or like come up with like bullshit evidence. I'm telling you, the conspiracy shit, like you can't even be dying. Like this guy, Brandon Buckingham, is fucking dying right now. And people are coming out going, he's lying about it. This is fake. This is blah, blah, blah. It's getting a little insane, man. And why do people do this? Again, because there's views in doing shit like this. It's just gossipy drama shit, basically, at the end of the day. So this guy here is claiming that Brandon Buckingham is faking the entire thing, which he's not. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there.
It's not even plugged in. Dude, look at the dude. Dude, holy shit.
So he looks at this machine right here that's not plugged in. So it's all fake. This machine's not even plugged in. Holy shit. holy shit, it's almost like there's another machine right next to it that is plugged in, that's being used and connects to him. And then this machine is probably just a backup in case this one crashes, because that's how important these machines are. Holy shit. And I mean, I'm thinking he's probably convincing people. Hopefully not, because this is sad. I mean, this dude, the young dude, I don't know exactly what's going on with him. What's the disease called again? I forget. Fucking tuberculosis or something, right? There's a lot of rumors as to how he got sick. Some people are like, oh, he was down in Mexico doing drugs with the cartel and smoking fent or some shit. And I don't know. I don't know what caused this, okay? But yeah, he's a young guy and he's like dying or whatever. So it's just dirty, dude, to do shit like this. And I wonder if this guy knows that he's just lying. Because, I mean, how hard is it to go and like, oh, but this one's on. These are exactly the same, so this is probably a backup. They don't need it, so it's unplugged. Like, are you that fucking stupid? Let's hear him out some more. Tuberculosis from doing cocaine. Kaido says tuberculosis from doing cocaine. Is that like, did he say that? Like, where are you getting that from, Kaido?
It's not even plugged in.
Oh my god, it's not even plugged in. Ooh.
It's not even plugged in. It's not even plugged in.
Okay, Sherlock Holmes, we heard you the first time.
It's not.
Heart, liver, kidney failure from toxicity. From toxicity, well, I remember hearing something about, like septic or something, right? He went septic. But because of drugs, like, is that proven or is everybody just theorizing that? Because a lot of people do drugs, bro. They don't just fucking have their whole system shut down. He was in Mexico, dude, put 2 and 2 together. Well, I mean, are you putting 2 and 2 together, or do you know for sure beyond the shadow of a doubt? Or there's a big difference between speculating some shit and going, this sure would seem this could be a possibility, and like, this is definitely what happened, right? Like, I'm not going to speculate on something like this.
Even fucking plugged in. It's not even fucking plugged in. The wires are going to it.
It's not even plugged in, guys.
Fucking blue wires are going to it, and it's not even fucking plugged in. It's dude.
Yeah, this is fucking stupid, bro. There's nothing that people won't try to fucking grift off, dude. Like, this guy's dying, and it's like, oh, look, he's faking everything. It's all fake. Obviously, readers added context they thought people might want to know. Brandon Buckingham is hospitalized with severe organ failure, confirmed by news reports in his GoFundMe for medical bills. His illness and ICU treatment are genuine. Good job, fuckhead. Good job. YouTuber Brandon Buckingham said he's afraid he's going to die after being hospitalized with multiple organ failures. I'm afraid what's going to happen. I have an 11-month-old daughter. I just want to not be dead. I think we can all understand that. I don't think most people want to not be dead. But unfortunately, no way around death at this period of time in our existence until maybe Elon comes in and saves the day, you know? Who knows? But yeah, prayers. He's got to GoFundMe if you want to go support. I don't know if you're a fan of Brandon Buckingham. I knew about him a little bit. Like, I've seen him here and there, but I don't really know him that well. But yeah, apparently he's a really young guy. So this is pretty sad. I'm kind of digging chicks with Tourette's now. Yeah. I don't know why it was like, it's just...
So, how do you feel about being here today?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to show.
I love it, dude. We need to make Tourette's a normal thing. Like, this is what I want. Watch what she does.
Show people how I live and that it's real. I live like this every day. You.
But did I already miss the you're bald part?
So
you're bald.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we need. It's almost like Tourette's is like your fucking inner conscience. Just you can't control it. Because I bet you there's a lot of people that see Dr. Phil and the first thing they think is, "Holy shit, you're bald." And then maybe that's what Tourette's is. It's just there's no filter. Like you just spurt it out. It's almost like you know what's going on inside their head for a little bit. Like every negative thought, because that's the reality about people. People have very negative minds. We're constantly judging every little detail about everybody. Maybe not everybody's that way, but the people that I know pretty well, they are that way. They will judge every little detail about you. And that's human nature, man. That's the way we are. That's the way we are. Oh, he's bald. Oh, he's old. Oh, he's probably got fake teeth. He'll probably be dead in 5 years. The disrespected trucker. What is this? Who the fuck is it? You guys remember Lisa Lampanelli? I think I get Tourette's when I think about cringy shit from my past. Do you? Do you, Daikini? I get Tourette's sometimes too. I get little tics. We all have Tourette's, bro. Who the fuck is this? Wow. So you guys remember Lisa Lampanelli from the Howard Stern show? This is probably going to be, if you're young, you might not remember. If you weren't a Stern listener, you probably don't remember. But she was like an edgy female comedian who would say all the dark things, all the dirty things you weren't supposed to say. She is crashing out. I don't know what's going on with her, but every time I see clips of her, she's literally just screaming at the top of her lungs, pissed off at the audience.
Am I fucking stuttering?
Does anybody know the backstory? Lisa is a foul-mouthed broad. Yeah. She used to be pretty funny. She used to do like a lot of roasts. Like, what happened though? She seems to have lost touch with reality or something. I don't know what's going on. She always did real well at the roast. Yeah, she was legitimately, not the greatest comedian ever, but she was a decent roast comedian. But she seems to have, she's still selling tickets, but she seems to have lost her mind.
We will stand here all fucking night, because I got nothing to fucking do. Do it, Lisa! Do I need to be defended? Shut up. You fucking want to be treated like fucking kids? Shut up! You motherfucker!
Is this her actual comedy set now? Is she doing this to try to be funny? I don't think so. I think this is... She's just having fucking anger outbursts at the crowd out of nowhere. This seems to be normal, too. Is that Courtney Love? No, it's Lisa Lampanelli, comedian. She used to be on the Stern Show a lot. And she used to be known for her roasts. And every time I see clips of her now, she's just yelling at everybody, pissed off.
I don't give a shit!
Her one simp in the crowd's like, we love you. And all these people are there probably because they're Howard Stern fans. That's probably where they know her from. And something's wrong with her mentally, because I've listened to her talk a lot. I used to be a regular Stern listener. And this is like not her. This is like somebody else. Like, what happened to her, man? She have brain damage or something?
Because guess what? I don't do this for love. I was doing this for fun. You guys are full of shit.
You know what? Let's get back to the funny, man.
Get back to the funny? Why? Because you fucking paid so much? Honey, you already got an hour out of me, and that's what most comics give 45. So I can walk out right now and have no fucking problem with it.
Unironically funny, Olive? I don't know. Would you guys pay $100 to just be yelled at for an hour? Just to have some old lady just scream at you for an hour? Not even like make jokes, just like attack you, the whole audience for an hour. I mean, look, Andy, fucking Andy Kaufman used to do that. He used to do that like lounge act character where he would just insult the audience. He was just a complete dick, but he did it in a funny way. This is like your mom had too many drinks or took the wrong medication and now she's like getting violent with their family. It's weird. But maybe people were willing to pay for this, you know?
So shut
the... If you can record it and get some TikTok cred, yeah, maybe you'll pay for it.
Fuck up. This is my third to last show in my fucking career, and you guys are making this fucking miserable?
I love it.
Fuck you.
I guess the show must go on. Keep the tour going. Maybe it's time it's the second to third last show, whatever the fuck she said. Maybe that should be the last show, Lisa. It doesn't seem to be going well. You don't seem to be enjoying the art of stand-up comedy. What I'd like to see is like, what is the set like leading up to this? What happened that made her crash out like this? Was the set just going so bad and the audience was like booing her, or like the audience was just like quiet as a fucking mouse and she got like, what led up to this? Or was this just a random fucking outburst out of nowhere? So yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene, people are saying what I said, which is, why don't you just finish out your term? Like, you're in office, not much longer, just finish it out. Which is what Cernovich just tweeted to her. He says, you need to serve out your full term, and this is her reply. Marjorie Taylor Greene says, oh, I haven't suffered enough for you while you post all day behind a screen. She's suffering, guys. Do I have to stay until I'm assassinated like our friend Charlie Kirk? Another one who's like, they're going to kill me, guys. They're going to kill me. Will that be good enough for you then? Shit posting on the internet all day isn't fighting. Get off your ass and run for Congress. Yeah, but you're already in Congress. You don't have to run. You're already there you can make a difference because you already won. You did the hard part and now you're going to just give up and walk away. I understand the complaints about that. I fought harder than anyone in the real arena, not social media. Put down your little pebbles and put your money where your mouth is. Okay, so here's another. She continues, typical of Republican men telling a woman to shut up and get back in the kitchen and fix me something to eat. I've heard rumors she's going to be on The View. Are we going to get like a leftist Democrat MTG now who's just shitting on Republicans? Because I've seen it. She's been like kind of attacking men. She's starting to sound a little, a little angry at the males out there. Fuck you in the sweetest, most southern drawl I can enunciate. I've been trying to tell all you men. Is her boyfriend not? I mean, she's sounding like pretty bitter. She's sounding bitter as fuck towards men. I've been trying to tell all you men that our kitchen pantry is empty with spider webs. Our house has been ransacked. The windows and doors are broken and busted. And the greedy rich bastards have twisted your minds into a sick state that you all continue in the two-party toxic political system that acts like college football playoffs yet is burying you and your children and their children and their children in a pine box in a shallow grave. Get off your ass and fix your own damn food and clean up the kitchen when you're done. There was no mention of anything to do with the kitchens. It was a simple like, hey, you should actually finish out your term. And she just goes off, dude. She just fucking goes off and makes it about men and like, where was the mention of get back to the kitchen? It seems like her whole new direction she's going to go in is just basically attacking Republicans. That's what it sounds like. She seems really mad at Republicans. Even Tim Pool responded here. What the fuck is this response? All he said was serve your full term. He never told you to get in the kitchen. In fact, his response is the opposite. He's telling you to be a member of Congress. I agree. Tim did fuck up last night, though. And he made me fuck up as well. Because he played this clip of Vivek Ramaswamy, whatever the fuck his name is, however you say it, saying that school should be year-round because it would actually save people. And I thought about it. Like, I wonder if people would be down for that. Like, school's year-round. You move the time to basically, so school, it basically becomes daycare. So instead of people having to pay for daycare, they just have 24/7. Schools are open. Kids can go for the kid can be in daycare from like 8 till, can be at school till like 8 till 5 or 8 till 4. And it would save so much in daycare costs because that's a lot for kids. And I'm wondering, I mean, I don't have kids. I imagine that's a lot, but I wonder if people would be down for that. Like, oh, wait a minute, we don't need daycare. We just have to keep school open for a couple more hours. Make it year round. No more daycare. School's the daycare. And then maybe you can add like cool shit to school that like you could have like an extra class where people learn how to like repair a car or build a computer, like actual skill building. I don't know. But so I don't know where the claim came out, but the claim came out that it was an AI video of Vivek saying that. And then Tim comes out and says it makes a whole video about it's an AI video and this is so dangerous and blah, blah. Well, it turns out it wasn't an AI video. It was a real video, which I should have known because I was watching and I go, usually when I watch these AI videos, something kind of tips me off that it's AI, but this one just, There's nothing that tipped me off. It just looked 100% real. That's because it was 100% real. It wasn't AI. Thank you, Tim Pool. So yeah, I played Tim Pool's video last night and was like, oh, this is terrible. This is AI. Why would his opponent do this? This is fucking despicable. Where did they get the idea that it was AI? What the fuck are you doing, Tim? What are you doing? Dude, I don't think I have it. Yeah, I probably already removed it from my bookmarks. But yeah. Yeah, okay, I copied this twice. What am I doing? What am I doing here? This is funny. Logan Paul. You guys know Steve will do it. I like Steve will do it. He seems interesting. Seems like a funny guy. Kind of another guy that will do anything for attention, you know, following the Mr. Beast thing, like, oh, look how much money I give away. So therefore I get all kinds of views because I give away a bunch of money. And it's like, okay. And a lot of the money is coming from like gambling sponsors and shit. So it's a little darker behind, underneath the covers than it looks on the surface. But he was on Logan Paul, and Logan Paul got pissed because he kept dropping the N-word. Okay.
Honor for you guys to have me, and I really appreciate it.
An honor for us or you? Because you said it's an honor for us to have you. Is it? Are you saying it's an honor to be on?
It's an honor for me to be on there with you guys. So I really appreciate you.
He actually looks like he's a little drunk, to be honest.
Look up to you, Logan. For real.
Are you gonna?
What are you doing?
No, I look up to you.
Yeah,
no, but the
what are you
show's
doing
not
with the
over.
mic?
No, I'm done with it. Yeah, I love you.
Is that it? The show's over?
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Peace out.
Thank you.
Wait, do you think Jake's gonna win this fight?
Dude, he looks like he's on cloud nine right now. I don't know what's going on.
This is sort of the Jake preview.
Well,
I mean, I don't care.
See what I got displayed.
Wait, so you're back?
I didn't even know that.
What?
Yeah, I'm back.
Steve, what's going on with you right now? Can I speak with my friend? What's going on right now? Why?
He's hitting the bottle, bro. He was at the bar before the show.
Why do you seem?
How about this? You guys, tomorrow, you come padel, right?
You play pickleball?
No, padel.
Yeah,
1v1.
Padel's good.
You win, you get a $40,000 watch. You win, you get a $40,000 watch.
Oh, I have to try it then.
Deal? Mr. Paul?
I'm working.
Steve.
Paul.
Yeah, he's toasted, bro. I think it's just alcohol. It's just alcohol.
Steve,
that's what it looks like to me. He's just drunk.
Can you answer my question? How are you?
I'm good.
I'm being serious. Can you answer the question? Are you good?
I'm super good. Yeah, I'm super happy.
Across the board?
Across the board, dude. Just boom, 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 boom. Like.
And what drugs are you on? What's going on? Because you're clearly fucked up. That's the next question. Just stop beating around the bush. Like, what did you take? What did you take? Are you drunk? What's going on? You're a little slosh, bro.
I'm very good.
You know you can talk to me if you want to, right?
No, I'll talk to you, dude. I'll do drugs. I'll.
So he said, this is where he says the N-word. I don't know what version of the N-word it was. If it was the full ER or the A.
All right.
I imagine it was the A. I don't think he would go full ER. That'd be insane.
I'll say
maybe
that
you were
word.
Right with that. Yeah, maybe you were right with the end.
Me and Paul will
wrestle.
We'll go yell.
Drive around.
We'll go.
Yo, Steve, bro. All right. So look. I definitely have like a line. Yeah. I think you've reached a line.
Okay.
And so like I am gonna ask you to like chill a little bit. Okay. Well, not even just for my sake. I can handle the jokes, right?
No, it's okay. You're
just careful, because I told you I hit my line, right?
You're a professional, man.
That's and bro,
I'm gonna cost him his WWE contract, bro. Can't have that.
I go from nice guy to like.
Does he look like a hard R kind of guy, Ojefe? I don't know, man. Now he looks like more like the A kind of guy. He looks like, a guy who talks like a black guy. It's got to be difficult to like want to talk like a black guy, but then you can't use the most used word by black people. That's got to be difficult. You got to feel for people like that.
I acknowledge it. I'm not.
All right, grab him. Let's go. It's done.
He used it again.
Thank you for coming on, Steve.
Thanks.
We appreciate it. Thank you, boys.
Get him out of here, quick! Get him out. We're gonna get canceled.
Okay, I'll text you.
Well, that's a shot right there, ain't it? That's a shot. Life must be going good for these guys.
I can't, get it right every time on the guest. Well, also, I got a little carried away, dude. He got a little carried away. He just got a little carried away.
30 minutes.
He got a little carried away.
I can't believe he hasn't gotten hit. I'm just shocked no one's beat the shit out of him.
Because it's behind the fucking it's all
Dude, if we weren't on this podcast, I'd slap him up like the second time he said something. But like,
Here's the problem, like, because you had to bleep it. I don't really even know what the fuck he said. It makes it seem even worse. It's like, what did he say? What did he say? I mean, I don't know. So now my imagination just runs wild. What did he fucking say?
being friendly because he's the guest. We invited him here, right? But like, man.
Yeah, dude. Logan Paul, he can't lose that big fat contract. Have you guys heard of this clavicular fucking guy? It's very strange. This video is great because like this guy pointed out so much shit about clavicular that I didn't know about. John Bravo Films. I'm sure you guys know who this guy is. I think he also has covered Liver King as well. But this guy clavicular right here, this is the guy. By the way, first off, what is going on with his arms? This arm is tiny and this arm is like gigantic. The arms don't match. What's going on with that? El Jefe with the 10 gifted. Thank you, El Jefe. Jesus, dude. Coming in clutch with the 10 gifted. Thank you, brother. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to the memberships. And now, I believe, I forget this, but people that were complaining about the ads, they didn't like the ads. You actually don't get any ads if you become a member. So that's one way to get rid of the ads. From what I understand. If I'm wrong, correct me. But yeah, as a member of the show, when you watch this show, you don't get ads. I believe. But look at that. Am I wrong here? Like this arm looks skinny as fuck, and then this arm is like almost like a fake muscle. So what this kid is, he's like a 19-year-old kid, and he's into this thing called looks maxing. Looks maxing. It's where they fucking attempt to be, I don't know, this keeps ringing, dude. I forget it does that. Where like people are attempting to like look as good as possible. They use makeup. I mean, this it's dangerous the level this guy's taking it to. Thank you, everybody. Welcome. Please say thank you to El Jefe for the generosity. Please, if you got a free membership from El Jefe, send him a thank you. El Jefe, you rock, brother. Thank you so much. So yeah, here's I'm just noticing this right now. What's going on with the arms here, dude? Why does this one look like he's got muscle and this looks just skinny? Like, did he forget whatever he's doing to this arm? Did he forget to do to this arm? Is it just me? Tension and roids. Yeah, he's definitely on roids. He's on fucking everything. So here's the other thing. This guy has been showing up everywhere. Every time I get on X, I see a clip of him. He's on every big show now, and it's just out of nowhere. All the biggest fucking streamers are promoting this guy. And the shit he's kind of pushing to his audience, and it's a young audience, he's 19, is pretty fucking terrible, dude. Let's listen to Johnny Bravo Films talk about it, because he went in deep with shit I didn't even know about. Like, this kid started taking steroids at 14. He smokes crystal meth as a pre-workout. He's putting makeup on. This is a new thing now, by the way, in case you don't know. They call this look maxing.
Start taking NT2. What's NT2? NT2. It gets you really tan. It's a peptide.
He's taking a peptide so he looks more tanned. Can't you just go fucking lay out in the sun for a little bit, bro?
It's like a supplement. You gotta inject.
Oh, this is Jack. You guys don't know Jack Doherty? He's a piece of shit. If you don't know about him, good. You don't need to know. He's a loser.
It's just to get tan? Yeah. Bro, that's crazy. No way you're doing that. How many things did
Yeah, look at this. This arm is big and this arm's small. Like, what's going on there?
inject yourself with?
Maybe it's just
like
the
30
angle.
per day. Wow, like what? Testosterone, HGH.
So we got another new asshole to talk about today.
This guy's hilarious, man. It's funny. This video is really funny. I was laughing my ass off. But every time I see him, I'm like, this is AI. This has got to be AI. But people are like, no, that's not AI. That's really him. I'm like, are you sure it's not really him, but then an AI generation of him? Because I'm sorry, Johnny Bravo. Every time I see this, I always think you're just AI.
This new kid on the block, he calls himself Curvicular. And I'm thinking, what kind of fucking name is that? It sounds like a science project. But when I tell you what this asshole's doing to himself, you're gonna think the same thing. Now there's a new trend. that's going viral with the young kids on the internet right now. And it's called looks maxing, where these assholes try to improve their looks through dangerous ways like drugs, surgeries, experiments.
The dude was taking a hammer and hitting himself in the face with a hammer. It's like cause like microfractures in your chin or your cheekbones. You just go like that with a hammer and just like, it's the same way like Muay Thai fighters like will kick bamboo to like create microfractures that make their shins like hard as a baseball bat. This dude was doing it with his face to like, I guess, make his cheekbones come out more. Imagine that, dude. Imagine just being like, yeah, I gotta go smash my face with a hammer real quick. That's part of my beauty routine.
Even makeup, women's makeup,
Yeah.
and all of this to make themselves better looking to pick up women. I'm not fucking kidding you. And this kid, Curvicular, he's the king of it.
If you're tired of being invisible to women, tired of getting rejected.
And of course, at the end of the day, it's all just, he's selling some shit to these stupid fucking kids. Like, oh, you want to get as much pussy as me? Here's everything I did. And it's like, smoked some crystal meth, started taking steroids, smashed my face with a hammer. Like, bro, dude. And you know, there's a lot of kids, probably adults too, not just kids, who are going to take this retard's advice.
And tired of watching other guys who won the genetic lottery take what's yours, then pay attention. Because what I'm about to show you will completely transform your face and physique in ways that you didn't even think were possible.
And he's even teaching other kids.
First of all, it's gay as a man to be that concerned with what you look like. You really shouldn't care. You should try to be in shape and try to be healthy. But yeah, you should really not care so much about what you look like. Okay? That's the way real men are. All right?
By selling
This is some womanly
programs
shit.
how to do this shit to themselves too. Wait until I show you this shit and what this asshole's doing.
Yeah, let me share
Was there a
Johnny
specific-
Bravo, because this guy does great fucking work, dude. I caught him a while back covering other shit, and he's hilarious. But let me share it. Go give him a follow. He does good work. Johnny
moment
Bravo
that
films.
you remember where you were like, yeah, I'm just gonna hop on testosterone, like when you're 14?
Just really taking a look at what was possible and in terms of time frame. I wanted to get to my goals as quickly as possible, right? Because I always thought the idea of telling people you work out and talking about all this stuff, but you're not big, to be just kind of ridiculous. It's like, dude, what are you actually getting after? So I was like, I'm gonna get my physique going as quickly as possible. I do not care about side effects. I don't care about any implications of this guy's using drugs. Like, none of that shit really fazed me. So I just wanted to, get to my goals as efficiently as possible.
So all of a sudden,
So look, dude, I can't imagine taking testosterone at 14 years old is good. I'm looking up what's the real world data. Studies on adolescent anabolic androtic steroid. Let me see what I find here. Bottom line, starting testosterone at 14 for non-medical reasons is one of the fastest ways to permanently sabotage your height, fertility, natural hormone production, and long-term health. The risks far outweigh any temporary muscle or strength gains, and many of the negative effects cannot be reversed. So this dumbass fucking retard just literally ruined his life so he could have a couple years of thinking he's a jacked-based Chad. Give up the rest of your life for a couple years of feeling like a Chad. He's probably going to lose his hair overnight as well. It's going to be gone.
I
What a
see this
retard.
kid popping up everywhere. I didn't know who he was a month ago. Most of us didn't, right? But now you see him everywhere. And you see him on the biggest streams in
Yeah.
the world with Aiden
I
Ross.
noticed the same thing. It was suspicious to me. It's like, this guy is everywhere like that. Fucking snap your finger, boom. He's everywhere. And it's like, dude, are these dudes like taking cash to have people on the show? Like, are these like agents working together to like promote people on the shows? Like, it doesn't seem natural. Or maybe he's blowing up on TikTok right now, because I don't pay attention to TikTok. So maybe that's what's going on.
Ross, Neon, that little bitch, Jack the Shithead Epstein, Sneeko, fitness influencers like Alex Eubank and many more. This kid is everywhere. So I'm thinking to myself, what did this asshole do to join that club and get a head start with that crazy clout? And then I was thinking, I was like, you know what? I don't want to know whose dicks he's sucking for that clout, but he's doing something.
Bro, if you're willing to literally sacrifice the majority of your life for a few moments of looking good, what are you not willing to do for a little bit of fame as well? So, look, I'm not saying Johnny Bravo's right here that he sucked his way to the top, but it's a real possibility in my mind.
Then I said, you know what? Let me take a look and see what's so special about this asshole. And I found a lot of shit. So when I first saw this kid, I was surprised to find out he was only 9.
Colt C, look, what you say I think is really true. I think this is going on. Colt C says most of the biggest YouTube golfers have the same agent. For example, yeah, the days where YouTubers were, I mean, it's not everybody, but the days where it was just independent people making shit, it's like that's kind of gone now. The fucking dirty ass agents they've weaved their way into the YouTube system. They're able to fucking have more pull with the YouTube system. They have contacts with YouTube that regular people don't have. So yeah, it's a tiered system. It's like if you have an agent, so much more shit's gonna open up for you. And yeah, obviously they're gonna push each other on each other's shows, and it's kind of shitty, man. I miss the old days of YouTube before like fucking shitty ass Hollywood realized, oh, we need to get in that game.
18 years old. Because he looks older, good looking kid, but doesn't look 19. And then he spits out of his mouth that he's been taking steroids since 14 years old.
Very true, Spocko.
2181 super chatted $4.99. I don't care if you're a hunchback, if you've got swagger, some woman is going to be curious. Patrice O'Neill.
This is true, man. This is one of the good things about being a man. Women are becoming a little more weirdly obsessed with the looks of men. It is a little weird. But at the end of the day, like if you got some shit going on for you, you got confidence, you got some money, that definitely fucking helps. You really can get past looking shitty, you know, especially if you got confidence. But if you go around going, oh, I'm not pretty, look at me, I'm this and that, and you let it affect your self-confidence, that's when it hurts you. But yeah, as a man, you really, it's not attractive to be so obsessed with what you look like. And any women that do think it's attractive, like you're a new breed of woman.
And we know how much that shit can age you.
I came to a logical.
Thank you for the super chat, Spocko, and yes, rest in peace, Patricia. True legend.
Decision that there's a cheat code, and then I come across on forums and Reddit. Here's a drug that you can take to enhance your progress by such an incredible margin. Of course, I'm gonna fucking do that.
But the best part of that, he doesn't even like working out. He thinks you can just take that shit and it's gonna do something.
You think the journey is being in a sweaty ass gym, okay, full of a bunch of fucking gym cells and disgusting sweaty beasts. Okay, that's the journey, okay? So if that's what you want, you know, have the fuck at it. You know, go do your fucking journey.
So mind you, this dude is basically, he's methed out right now. You can see it. He's on something. But yeah, that's part of his cheat code is crystal meth. Guys, obviously I don't condone this, but according to this fucking retard, crystal meth is a cheat code. Yeah, the Nazis thought that too. It didn't work out real well. Because yeah, okay, yeah, you can march for 3 days straight, but then what happens? What happens after you march for 3 days straight? You're out for like 4 or 5 days straight because you fucking just completely wrecked your entire system. Yeah. I don't know, man. This is a grift is really what it is. So who knows how real it is? How much of it is a grift to make money? How much of it does he really believe it? Is he really doing all this shit? Because if he's really doing all this shit, this story is not going to end well.
My G. But goddamn, I'm trying to spend as little time in that fucking shithole as possible. I hate the gym, okay? Quite frankly. Or wait, no, do you like the gym, sir?
No. Dude, if you just like it after like the first year and a half, like there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, it's fun at first, like just getting the pump, but then it gets like, okay, that's like going on a fucking roller coaster 100 times in a row. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Of course it's gonna get boring. You know,
I mean, some people do it forever and never get bored of it. They love it. You know, I mean, one thing I don't get bored of is like basketball, you know, sports. I don't get bored of sports. If that's part of your gym routine is like, you know, you go fucking get a game of 3-on-3 on or something like that. Yeah, that never gets boring. If that gets boring, you're a weirdo.
So I like to just get in and out of there. The Journey, shut the fuck up, man. Don't even try me with that bullshit.
Yeah, he's nasally because he snorts crystal meth. BC Hooper. It tends to make you nasally when you snort crystal meth.
Please.
And the same thing goes getting lean. He wants to lose weight because he wants people to see his cheekbones, right? So you know what he does? He doesn't do normal things like go on a diet. No. He's on fucking
I guess you're not allowed to say the words now. This is how YouTube's become. Like, you can't even describe a situation accurately without risk of being like dinged in the algorithm. And it's not like the channel's going to get removed or it's even going to get demonetized. No, they're just going to put a little label that says this channel covers like topics of like drug abuse. And then now you don't get as much reach. Fucking YouTube, man. You guys have destroyed this system. People can't even say crystal meth when talking about a subject about somebody doing crystal meth. You can't even say it. Otherwise, oh, nope, you're not safe for advertisers anymore. We're going to have to put you in the back of the bus.
He ain't kidding you. What does he think he is? Walter White from Breaking Bad? That shit's not good for you.
I use crystal amphetamine as a stimulant and to lean max, right? It's very suppressant of your appetite. It's a very long-acting stimulant. So this is something that I've started.
Cannabis Review TV. The algo's already got every label for me, bro. I've already fucked that up. Yeah. And not even from the live stream, from my fucking edits, bro. The algo's already got all the labels, so I don't care anymore. The labels are all there. That's just life for me. So I don't play that stupid game anymore. The only things I worry about not saying are things that'll get me like strikes and shit, you know?
Using in place of Adderall, right? Because Adderall is 75% dextroamphetamine and 25% levoamphetamine. So the levoamphetamine, I really didn't like it. It's too much of a physical CNS stimulant. So if you're trying to work, it just can be too much, too jittery. Whereas, you know, the is a little bit better in terms.
Dude, look, meth it just feels great. It's so amazing. So that's why you're doing it. That's why it's so fucking great, because you're a meth head. And you're enjoying the feeling of doing meth. But no, it's a hack, guys. I'm hacking the system. You don't understand how fucking intelligent I am. Cut forward in time like 5 years, and he's got no teeth. And he's fucking homeless in the fucking alley. All cut up, scratching himself. Oh, how do I look now? I'm looks maxing. Yeah, you look like a fucking meth head, dude. That's looks maxing to the point of meth. Is that the ultimate goal of looks maxing? Is to arrive at like meth head levels of looks? Doesn't sound like a good plan to me, man.
Of its dopamine release, you know, just being targeted for the brain, it's much more mild than Adderall, actually. And, you know, it works a little better for me, and I use it to lean max, right? So I'm pretty much using for hollow cheeks. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, I smoke weed so I could food max. Okay? You got to max out the pleasure of food. Yeah. Everything's just it's a hack, bro. No, you have a drug addiction. You need help.
In terms of looks maxing.
And let me tell you what's going to happen. I hope you listen to what I'm saying. You keep on doing that crystal shit, right? When I was in Arizona, there was a town called Apache Junction, right? And everybody there who lived there, they knew. You go to Apache Junction, you're going to see all these tweakers running around with no teeth, cuts all over.
Nothing more depressing in life than that shit, bro. When you see just drug addicts living on the street, that's so depressing. The only thing more depressing is seeing a dead dog on the side of the road, which I saw last night. I was like, I drove by it and I was like, because I couldn't tell if it was dead. I don't know if it was just taking a nap or what. It was right on the side of the road. So, you know, it's where dogs usually would be when they get hit by a car, but it didn't look dead. And I was looking at it from the back. Like, it did look dead because it wasn't moving, but it didn't, you know, it wasn't a gruesome scene. Like, I started whistling and like, come on, come here. I wanted to see if he moved. Didn't move. I'm like, somebody, Somebody hit that dog and now it's just dead. And then I start thinking about like, this is somebody's dog too, because we don't have stray dogs in my area. Like this is somebody's dog who got out of the yard from one of the local houses, and it's like, so sad, man, so sad. I wish we could teach dogs how to fucking navigate streets and not get hit by cars. I wish we could pull that off.
They're all fucked up walking around like the hills have eyes. You guys remember that movie? Well, you keep this shit up.
Jesus Christ, Tiki Time Wave. Tiki Time Wave with the legendary comment says, what's even more depressing is a homeless person eating a dead dog. I concur. Yeah, that starts to become terrifying. That's less depressing, more run for your fucking life right now.
That's gonna be you next in the part 2 of the hill.
No, I didn't get out, Freeman. I didn't get out. I didn't want to deal with a dead dog, bro. I didn't want to deal with that. Let somebody else deal with it. The dog's dead. I'm not going to save its life. I'm not going to bring it back to life. It's in a spot where like literally everybody that drives by there can see it.
Hills have eyes.
I haven't seen you for a little bit. What do you have for pre-workout?
And I didn't see if it had tags because I could just see it from behind. But I'm sure it did. It didn't look like a stray dog.
Just a little bit of, Kickstarter, if you know what I mean,
No, bro, you're not serious.
So he's just snorting some crystal meth.
You next in the part 2 of the Hills Have Eyes.
I haven't seen you for a little bit. What do you have for pre-workout?
Just a little bit of, Kickstarter, if you know what I mean,
No, bro, you're not serious.
Yeah.
You use that for pre-workout?
Yeah.
And how does that feel?
Dude, honestly, it feels amazing. It's
Yeah, you're doing crystal meth, bro. Of course it feels amazing. Why do you think people do crystal meth? The problem is not that it feels amazing. The problem is, like, you're going to basically be on the street. You're going to be a junkie. You're going to be a fucking junkie. I guarantee you, look, I'm willing to throw money down. Give it 5 years. This guy will be a straight up junkie. There'll be videos on the internet about, you remember this guy, Clavicle? Look at him. Look at him in the street. He's fucking, he's going to look terrible living in a fucking tent or some shit. That's the future for Clavicle. Or maybe his little grift, he becomes rich and then he just, I don't know, becomes a rich meth head. I don't know. I just don't see this going well.
a little bit vasoconstrictive, but if I really want to fucking dial in and work out, it's an absolute go-to.
I will tell you guys the real truth. I don't know if I'm being a fucking snitch. I've never seen someone ever in real life.
So what he said, if you can't read though, because we have to, again, except for my show, because I'm better than everybody, he said snort meth. That's what was, so he's snorting meth. That's part of his little hack to look max. Oh boy.
I literally witnessed Clav, literally witnessed it. And I didn't know how to feel.
Where is he?
Clav, who's ruining America?
Mostly the Mexicans.
You can see he's totally fucked up. This is not just, this is beyond look maxing. This guy is methed out of his fucking mind. This is not, oh, I just took a little bit before my workout. Now this is this guy having a fucking party with the meth in the plane. Yeah, that's not going to lead to any problems, bro. Meth, yeah, it never fucking ruins lives, does it? What's next? Fentanyl maxing? Yeah, I wasn't sleeping well, so I decided to use fentanyl. I'm sleep maxing. Obviously, I disavow all of this. Don't do this. These are jokes, okay? Algorithm. But this is not going to go well for this fucking dude, man. He's only 19, too. This is like, where are his fucking parents, bro?
Mexicans, black people.
What the hell you said? No, you said it wrong, bro.
It's mostly, it is like a lot of black people are around.
But that's not all this asshole's doing. He's taking all kinds of things.
Yeah,
Atelier of Super Chatted $2. Lean Maxing aka just doing my lol.
Yeah, homeless maxing. It's what it is. He's going to end up homeless, dude. He's going to end up homeless, addicted to meth. Thank you, Olive. Yeah, this is going to be a sad story in the long run, I think.
Peptides. One of them, melanotannin. He posts this picture.
Jesus Christ, dude. Is this what Kanye was on when he was with Alex Jones? And Alex Jones was like, oh, his whole eyeball was just black. I mean, yeah. I guess this guy's crazy person maxing now. This is definitely crazy person maxing.
Sure up, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, why does this asshole want to look like one of those annoying pieces of shit from the call centers that annoys the hell out of us? That shit don't look good. But then he takes it to another level. You guys know, when you do movies or you do shows or you're on TV, they put sometimes makeup on you so the bright lights, doesn't make your skin look so bad. But this kid ain't doing that. He's putting on women's makeup. I'm talking.
I wonder how much of the look maxing is really just fucking makeup. Because you think about it, like you could take anybody without makeup and then put makeup on them and they're going to look better across the board. So you could be like, oh, here's before and after. This is after looks maxing. Oh, look, if you follow my program, you'll go from this schmuck to this beautiful Chad. At the end of the day, all it was they lost like 15 pounds and put makeup on. That's probably all it is, man. Because makeup, I mean, look, we've all seen the videos of what some of these women look like before makeup and after makeup. And I mean, you can make a turd look good with makeup.
Eyeliner, contouring the face, right?
Yeah, holy striking, bro.
Plus 0.5 PSL from the eyelash curling on this, bro. Holy shit. Mogs.
Holy fuck. That's actually fucking mog.
Oh no, is that a new word I gotta learn now? It's so mog, bro. It's so mog. What the fuck does that even mean? Good, cool. It's just another word for cool. We always just said cool. That was enough. We got to keep coming up with new words for cool. It's fucking dumb. He's on that.
Bocco 2181 super chatted $1.99. He's on that Dracula flow meth.
Yeah, dude. I worry about this kid because again, he's only 19, and you just wonder like, where are his parents? You realize your kid is a meth addict, right? You realize your kid has such low self-esteem. He's become super obsessed with his looks to the point where he's now a meth addict because he thinks it's going to make him look good. I mean, he's got to have parents. I mean, maybe both of his parents are dead, but if this was my son, I would be very upset. I would not be happy.
Wait, maybe even a little more.
Thank you, Spock.
Looking at himself in the mirror and he's saying, Mog, I don't know what kind of fucking word is that.
Yeah, I guess we're about the same age. Mogged. Like, when I think of Mog, that's like a mean look. Oh, he mogged me. Like he went, he gave me a mean look. I guess it's just another way of saying, oh, you look mean, that you look tough, you look good. I know, you look pretty effeminate to me with your makeup, son. Go wash that shit off your face. Take out the trash. Don't make me pull out the belt.
And then he takes this.
Yeah, that's clavicle.
Curling thing. I didn't even know this thing existed where they take a piece of metal, they put it on your eyelashes to curl them. Bro. What is this asshole doing? He even gets his poor friends involved and gets them to do this shit with him. You know what that reminds me of? When you're going out with some sharmutas to a bar or to a restaurant and they gotta go with their sharmuta friend into the bathroom together to look at themselves in the mirror, paint themselves up with new makeup and fix themselves. That's what these kids look like they're doing. What's wrong with this generation?
Yeah, bro, man, dude. I bet you that's what's going on. He's calling his dad and he's like, I'm making it. I'm on one of the biggest streamers in the world. I'm on a private jet. I'm making so much money. I'm so successful now. And the parents are probably like, oh, we're so happy for you, son. Okay, we're going to go do our thing now. Parents, you realize he's addicted to meth. I don't give a fuck if he's on Aiden's fucking plane. Your son's addicted to meth. He needs help and you better step in before it becomes a real fucking problem. But yeah, the illusion of success can kind of fool parents sometimes. They're like, oh, my son's doing good. Look, he's famous. He's famous. Okay. A lot of famous people died really quick. Doesn't mean shit.
He even takes that little bitch Neon, right? He takes him to the woman's store where they sell all the makeups and they go looking around. They collect some shit. They go.
How it works. Just tell us you're gay, son. It's okay. Just come out and tell us. Are you gay, son? Why are you putting makeup on?
On the street, he starts putting it on him, and I'm thinking in my head, why do you want to make this kid look like even a bigger bitch than he does. That kid's already a woman.
I need to find a worker to help us find it.
Didn't they do a testosterone test on Neon? And it was like super, super low. That is a thing. Like testosterone levels are collapsing. And I think it has something to do with people not eating a lot of meat. And he is, Indian, right? And that does tend to be the case. A lot of Indians, they eat way more vegetables than meat. It's very true. Like, you want to get your testosterone levels up, start eating a lot of fucking meat, dude.
You want to help us, bro? Yeah, bro. What the? I'm sure.
Is it because I'm Indian?
Yeah, I think so. Could be. What we're gonna do?
Yeah.
Is we're gonna lighten the skin tone a little bit.
Okay.
Even everything out.
Okay.
And you're gonna look a lot better. That's enough.
How much would I do?
All right, just rub it all over your face, and then blend it into the side of your jaw, your neck, everywhere.
You see a difference?
Just keep blending it in. Everything. Yeah, you really gotta rub that in.
So he's trying to make him look wider. That's just gonna look weird, bro.
Good?
Yeah.
You trying to do the Michael Jackson, bro, and make yourself wider? That's fucked. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
You can't do white face, bro. He does not look any better. He looks actually more retarded. He looks more retarded than he did before.
I want to look, chat.
And look what he's doing to this poor kid. Painting his face like a sharmuta. Leave this asshole alone.
No worries. All right, well, let me see. Yo, that's fire.
Now this is the most fucked up part. See this picture and you see that lump on his face, on his cheekbone? He's sitting there punching his face like an asshole to bruise it because he thinks it's gonna give him higher cheekbones, this idiot. But all this shit he's doing, right? Well, I guess it didn't make him good looking enough. So now...
Bone smashing. That's what it's called when you hit your face, your cheekbone with a hammer repeatedly. Apparently that's going to make you look better. No thank you, okay?
He wants to turn...
I'll look ugly, all right? That's fine. I'm fine with being ugly. Whatever you're doing to look good is kind of pathetic to me. And I have more respect for ugly dudes who accept what they are and still have confidence than I would ever have for a fucking weirdo who might appear attractive to some women, but is literally hitting themselves in the face with a hammer. And smoking. I mean, this is fucking pathetic and weird, bro. I guess I'm getting old, dude, and the world's passing me by because the older I get, the less I understand what the fuck these kids are up to, dude. You just don't understand. You just don't understand. Yeah, okay, I mean, from the surface, you just seem fucking nuts. But okay, maybe I don't understand. Maybe it's me.
Turn to dangerous surgeries. He's talking about going to Turkey to get double jaw surgery and implants in his face because he thinks it's gonna make him even better looking.
Oh, so he's getting fucking plastic surgery now too? This is not. Pay attention to this story because it's going to evolve and it's probably going to get really bad. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this guy's found all the secrets. There's no way he's found the secrets. He's an idiot. But maybe, maybe. But you watch. This is going to get ugly.
And he doesn't realize the fucking risk of what surgeries can actually do to you.
Yeah, so I'm actually getting surgery myself quite soon, within the next few weeks.
On what?
Dude, plastic surgery when you're 19 years old, you better have like a cleft lip. You better have like a fucking extra toe. Maybe a foot coming out of your fucking chin or something. Like, you got to have some sort of weird deformity. At this point, it's like, you've already looked smacks. You're not a bad looking guy. You're a good looking guy. You're probably getting a ton of pussy, but now you're going to just keep going? You're going to keep going until to the point where you ruin everything, bro. Because that's what happens. You start going down that plastic surgery route, dude.
On my jaw.
No. What?
Yeah.
It's a great job.
Yeah, wait, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? You have a nice face.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, it's about to get even better.
No. You're getting surgery, dude?
You guys sound like my mom right now.
Yeah, like he's going to get surgery on that jaw. There's nothing wrong with that jaw. All you can do is fuck it up.
Where is it going to be in your face?
Everywhere. So I'm getting titanium implants done essentially everywhere on my face.
Wow.
And there's going to be an osteotomy in my mid-mandible.
Dude, whoever the surgeon is that does this needs to be fucking disbarred, or not, whatever the fuck the term is. Needs to have their medical license revoked. Because that is not fucking... That's not right. If you're gonna, yeah, seriously, if there's a surgeon out there that's willing to do this, you're a problem, bro. You're a problem because that's just, you know, the do no harm, you know, that's you're completely violating that.
Called a BSSO. It's going to be advanced forward. Along with my upper jaw, they're going to do a incision right here and then advance the upper jaw.
What's it going to run you?
35.
You sure you want to do this? You're a good looking kid.
35 grand?
Yeah.
Dude, you're handsome as fuck.
Isn't that
dude.
pretty baller though that you have like 30?
No, it's pathetic. It's pathetic and you're a fucking idiot. And somebody needs to set you straight. Maybe you're just, you know, you're an adult now and there's nothing anybody can tell you to convince you that you're behaving like a complete fucking moron. But that's what needs to be done. You need to be convinced before you destroy your fucking life, dude.
5K in your face?
No,
That's
you should
pretty baller.
save it all, dude. You're
Put 35K
handsome.
around your neck, son.
Nah,
Get a
dude.
necklace.
Dude, you are.
I mean, that's lame too, dude. People who spend that much money on jewelry. What a waste of money.
You're only 19?
Yeah.
Dude, stop.
And that's not the only surgery he wants to do. This asshole, right? He's 6'2". We all would love to be 6'2", right? But that's not good enough for him. He talks about going now and getting that stupid limb lengthening surgery because he wants to be 6'6".
That shit is so painful. I saw videos about it. Like they literally put screws. They literally put some shit in your leg that you have to like turn to make it like force your bones further apart every day. So every day you like fucking you fucking wrench this shit and it just like stretches your bones further and further apart and it's super fucking painful. And then eventually you end up getting a couple inches more of height after like 6 months of excruciating pain. Yeah, you can go from 6'2" to 6'4". Holy shit. Most people do that like legitimately because they have like one leg is so much shorter than the other. So like if they have a problem where one leg is actually so much shorter than the other that it causes them issues, they'll do that. But just doing it just so you can gain a couple extra inches of height, it's so pathetic, man. It's so pathetic, dude. Just you don't need that. I mean, look, I know there's weird women out there who won't date you because you're 5'11", and if you were just 6'2", they date you. You don't need those type of women, okay? You don't need them. They're a problem.
Thinking, you know how silly that shit's gonna look? He's gonna end up looking. Remember when we saw Vincent Fisher walking around like a fucking giraffe? That's what this asshole's gonna end up looking like if he does this stupid shit.
Why are you spending $100,000 on surgery to go from 6'2" to 6'6"?
That is more about just presence, right? I've always valued presence super, super highly, right? You walk into a room, people notice, right? You're standing in the middle of a club, you're an outlier, right? That to me, just because people will come up to me, they'll say, oh, well, 6'2", you know, that's already very tall. But in terms of percentiles, it's only 91st percentile, right? 6'6", we get to 99th. I'm someone who wants to be the best, right? And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. So that's why, you know, I'm seriously considering that limb lengthening surgery.
Now, seeing this is actually really sad to me because you see here a good-looking kid, right? How could he be so insecure that he...
You got to go save him, Johnny Bravo. This is one Chad to another and be like, look, man, I understand. I want to be a Chad too. Look at what all I do to look like a Chad. But you're going too far, bro. You're going to wreck your... Like, Johnny Bravo needs to do an intervention and try to save this kid. Maybe that's what he needs. He just needs a strong fucking older man in his life to help him, to set him straight, because I don't know where the fuck his parents are. Where the fuck are his parents?
He wants to do all these crazy things, but the worst part about it all is he has such a big following now, right? Such a big reach. Think about all the other kids that are watching him, that he's making them feel insecure about themselves.
Yeah, this is social media too, dude. Social media is raising a whole generation to basically put priority into things that are really not important. Into like superficial bullshit that just doesn't matter at the end of the day.
He's selling them programs so they can do these same dangerous things on themselves.
Right, so I was noticing who was going home with the pretty girls every night. And I noticed it was really about 1 to 2% of men, right?
So really, this is women's fault. Women, you did this to this guy. You fucking sons of bitches. This is what you do. You're doing this to this guy. Nah, it's not women's fault. It kind of is, but what can you do? You can't control the way women behave. You just control yourself, okay? But yeah, this is all the ladies' fault because you guys all want a 6'6" man.
At Freeman3 super chatted $5. He has the jaws of destiny. Make of that what you will.
Destiny the streamer? He does kind of have a Destiny jaw. Because Destiny's got that kind of the jaw that flops around. Well, he's definitely they're both probably on meth, so that probably explains it.
So it was people who were very tall, people who were very good looking. This is something I was noticing over my formative years when I was a teenager growing up, right? So making these observations, kind of seeing that sometimes good-looking people would be able to go up to women and start making out with them without saying anything. I kind of started to shift my worldview a little bit and realize, hey, okay, so this is like the most important metric, and I have to go all in.
So you could just walk up to chicks and make out with them without even getting to know them? You're going to ruin your whole life for that? When, normally you could just get to know them, and then after a little time getting to know them, you can then make out with them, but that's not good enough? Dude, this guy's lost his mind, man.
When I look at this whole movement, looks maxing, and the reasons as to why kids are doing this stupid shit, right? And the whole point is to get hotter women, better women, and that's the reason why they want to improve themselves. That reminds me of when I was younger. When I was in college, all right? I was nerdy. I wasn't the same guy as I am now when I look at myself, right? But during that time, I had not only the best looking girls in my life that I had, but the best girls in the inside as well. And then as I got older, right, I improved. I started working out. My appearance improved. I got the worst girls in my life and the girls that wanted me for the wrong reasons.
This is fucking important shit here, dude. This is important shit. This is what I'm saying. Like the women that are going to turn you down because you're not a perfect Chad, or because, oh my God, you're only 3 inches taller than me, and if I wear, stilettos or whatever, that we might, you're only going to be an inch taller than me at that point, and that's a problem. It's like, okay, look, I'm not saying all those women are bad. They're not. A lot of them are just like manipulated by social media. They care more about what their friends think of their boyfriend than what they actually think of their boyfriend. But it's insane. I lost my point. I lost my whole track there. But no, what he's saying is important, though. When you start attracting those women, it's not better. Yeah, they might be technically a little cuter, but they're just miserable, dude. They're going to make you fucking miserable, and they're crazy. And at the end of the day, what do you want in life? You just want to, I guess some dudes just want to get laid every night with a different chick, and good luck with that. I think most dudes, if you're healthy in the mind, what you want is you want a strong relationship. Maybe a little pussy on the side occasionally without her finding out. A lot of guys are like that as well. But you want a relationship. You want to find a good woman who's going to be there, who's not going to be crazy, who's going to look after your needs and have your back. And you're not going to get that if you're dating these chicks that are obsessed with what dudes look like.
So when I look back at myself in college and ask myself, when I was nerdy, why did I find all those great women, right? The best women in my life. It was because I was still the same me. I still had the same personality. I was still the same John, right? And I knew how to take care of girls how a man should. I never changed the person inside. So even though over the years my appearance changed, I was the same guy back then, and that's all I needed to get the best woman in my life. So saying that, when I take a look around and I see, some of the guys that have the best girls, not only the hottest, but the best ones, they're not these fucking looks maxing guys or these 10 out of 10 men. No, they're just regular guys that know how to be a man, know how to treat a woman, and have a great personality.
And how to keep it moving when you run into a crazy one. And not let them hurt you, okay? right? Like there are good women out there that aren't fucking crazy. They're getting harder to find. That's true. They're more rare, but they're out there. But the problem is you'll run into these crazy ones and they will destroy your mentality to where now you don't have a shot with a good one because you got destroyed by this crazy one. And now you got all this baggage. Keep it moving. Keep it moving when you run into crazy, okay?
All this shit that you guys are doing, because we don't even know the long-lasting effects of all this shit you're doing, right? It's all a fucking waste if all it is that you want to get better woman, because that shit isn't needed in the end.
Yeah, I like this guy, Johnny Bravo. Yeah, that's clavicle. This is what's coming now, guys. Looks maxing. Get ready for all the kids to be wearing makeup, smashing themselves in the face with a hammer, smoking crystal meth. That's the new movement, guys. Anyway, man, I hope everybody's doing good. We'll end it there. About 2 hours. Should be a show tomorrow night. I'm planning on it. We'll see what comes up. Hopefully there'll be no more shootings or anything crazy like that. Once again, prayers out to the 2 National Guards members who were murdered. Very depressing, very sad. And let's pray for this country that we stop seeing things like that because it's getting out of hand. It really is. It really is. Also, pray for the safety of Candace Owens. I heard the French are coming after her. That's terrifying. Fucking French, man. What happened? What happened to you Frenchies? Rise your vibration higher, hater. You got it, Joey Diaz. Joey Diaz is the comedy store Weinstein.
$10.
Thank you, Rabbits. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. You rock. Alive.
Atalive super chatted $5. Pick your poison, both almost equally awful. Nick Fuentes son or hot girls for Mam Donnie daughter.
Yeah, it's rough, man. I'm not going to pretend like dating in the modern age is not rough as fuck. It used to be so simple. It was just like, oh, you grew up on a block and you got to know the women on that block and in your neighborhood, and you pick and chose from that little group, and people, the social media wasn't polluting everybody's minds, and it was, life used to be so much simpler. And maybe it wasn't better. Who knows? Maybe it's just I'm looking through rose glasses, right? But sure seemed better. Sure seemed better. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. Thank you for the support. El Jefe, thank you for the 10 gifted. Everybody has sent super chats. You guys rock. Have a great Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much food. Try to stay awake. Don't eat too much and pass out before 9 tomorrow, okay? You got to make it till 9 so you can catch tomorrow's show. Much love, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified.